So if you guys are curious what I just showed you, it is a comment, and I blacked out their name because the person didn't want their name shown. Um, there was somebody who made a channel and uploaded a calling out video on me and then deleted the video, replaced it with text, and then deleted that and then deleted the channel. But they didn't delete it fast enough before somebody managed to copy it and paste it to this page. Now I'm gonna go over everything that was fucking wrong because people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, first one, AK-47FU2. The album AK-47FU2 is the name of the first album from Ordinary World. Also, the same name as the AK-74U in Call of Duty Black Ops, but it's not. See, when you pack a punch the AK-74U, it becomes the AK-74FU2, which is supposed to be the name of Ordinary World's album. But it's actually called AK-47FU2 when it's supposed to be AK-74FU2. So, with that, from what I can remember, I took the AK and I took the FU2 and I put them together. That's literally just the name behind it because there's multiple call outs, there's multiple shout outs to the Call of Duty games. And I think that's what we were trying to do at that time. We were just trying to put things together. So I was like, okay, cool, let me just switch this. I'm gonna just switch two things around. And I've known about this. I've known about this for 2 years now. And I was waiting for somebody to, call me out about it. And the time is finally now. And I will say they're right about that. But that's probably the only one that they're going to be right about. Because the second one is on the fourth track, Darius, is a mistake because Darius isn't in World at War or Black Ops 1. It is originally in BO2 as the 6th map as a DLC. First of all, no, it's not. It's featured in World at War and Black Ops 1. And in Black Ops 3 as the Giant. So, no, it is in World at War and Black Ops 1. It is a DLC for World at War and DLC for Black Ops 1. Going to the third, speaking of World at War, the second to last track is called Samantha Max's Creations. But it couldn't be because she was in the drone at the time, and it couldn't have been Richtofen. Richtofen didn't even appear till Black Ops 1, and he was in charge of the zombies with the eye colors being yellow, not blue. Alright, first of all, this track isn't for World at War. AK-47FU2 is a mix of World at War and Black Ops 1. Just like Tyga said Samantha Max's is in control of the zombies in Black Ops 1 till Moon, and then Richtofen takes over. Because Moon is setting up Black Ops 2. So she is in charge. For the fourth fucking air quote call out, it says the gut shot isn't even in World at War or Black Ops 1. Yet again, it is in Black Ops 2. What the fuck? When you pack a punch the M1897, it becomes the gut shot, also known as the trench gun. It becomes the gut shot. And then, moving on to secrets. Number 1, secrets. Your Medicine says Guardian was a part of the album in the start. with a track or two, but yet when you go to look at the details of the album, you will only see Your Medicine and Punchy, but Guardian is nowhere to be seen. So the reason why Guardian is nowhere to be seen is because at that time, Tyga, he knew of the album. He knew that I wanted to make a second album. It was always in talks with me and him. But, of course, everything happened that happened. You know, we stopped talking for a while. And during that time, me and Punchy, because Punchy came in for Tyga, me and Punchy, we did the album. It was me and Punchy. Tyga, he knew that I was working on a track. He knew of the album. He knew that I was working on a track, but at that time it was just a track. It wasn't for the album. You know, he knew of it. He was there at the start. But he didn't help put out the album. And the reason why I didn't add him still for the tracks that were on AK is because those tracks are on AK. Those tracks, he got his pay because his shit is named on AK. You can go and see his name on AK. He already got the shout out. You know, it was just for what me and Punchy did. It was for the new tracks, not the old tracks. It was for the new tracks, which is Beautiful Tragedies, No Escape, and Under Your Bed. That's it. That's all there was. And that was me and Punchy. And then for the album cover, me and Punchy came up with that. I made it, and I gave Punchy a couple of options to choose from. He's like, this. And then Punchy, he changed the name of the channel. Now, question number 2, or calling out number 2, whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't make sense that Guardian isn't included on Secrets because it's a mix of new tracks, remixes, fan favorites, and live shows. 1 or 2 of those are made with Guardian, and 4 were past projects from the first album, leaving Guardian with 6 tracks in the album, but no mention of him in whatsoever. I already answered that with the first one. He already got his pay. He already got his shout out. It was just for a new album and the new tracks. Number 3, on the track GTA 4 Classics, Slowed Down Remix doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even fit the album. It's all Call of Duty related. Okay, so, first of all, no, it isn't fucking Call of Duty related. There's Call of Duty tracks, but it's not related. The album itself has kind of a eerie feeling, you know, has an eerie feeling. This album is a mix. Well, what this album is, it isn't actually supposed to be anything. It's supposed to be a fucking mix of what Ordinary World at that time could offer you. You know, it showed some stuff from AK, it showed some live shows, it showed some singles, you know, and it showed new tracks. That's what Secrets was, you know, and not only just with Call of Duty, I wanted that on there because 1, it sounded good, 2, it was eerie, and 3, it related to gaming. That's why it's there. And then, for number 4, see, everybody talks about Tyga, but what about Punchy? Punchy also changed a lot in the world of Ordinary World, because Ordinary World wasn't Ordinary World, it was Guardian of Medicine. But once Tyga was wrongfully removed, Punchy came in to change the band name, album covers, the start of a style. And what I mean by start of a style is that the first 3 tracks of Secrets give off this creepy, eerie vibe of unhinged feeling. Think the album next is eerie, unhinged album, but all the love goes to Tyga. I agree and I disagree. I agree that at that time, yes, Tyga was wrongfully removed. And I also hate saying this because I love him. I fucking love him, and I don't mean that in a weird gay way. And you know, I don't mean that like I mean that like bro shit. You know, like. But either way, somebody was going to come in because Ordinary World had a lot of love, and you know, I already wanted to make a second album, but Tyga, he didn't want to do music no more. You know, he just wanted to listen to it like everybody else did. You know, and he's not coming back to music, and he never will. So I understand that, and yes, Punchy, he did change a lot, but it's not like I never acknowledged to that. See, whoever the fuck this was, they were getting mad at me for something that the fans do. You know, the fans talk about Tyga and the fans talked about Punchy, but they don't talk about Punchy as much because when Punchy came in to help, he did do a lot. You know, he did, you know, album covers. He changed the name of the channel of the group, but at the same time, with that eerie feeling, I'd like to say always came from the start, because in my personal humble opinion, I think that if you ask me, zombies are pretty unfucking hinged. You know, Call of Duty's unhinged. It's eerie. It's got a creepy eeriness to it, especially the old Call of Duty games. So there's always been eeriness within Ordinary World. You know, it's not a new concept. And then with Horror Scene, it took it to a completely new level. You know, it started off Call of Duty, which is eerie. Then for Secrets, bit more eerie, you know, a little bit more serious. And then the third album, it tells a completely eerie, unhinged story. So yes, you know, but, you know, the person's getting mad at me for something that the fans talk about. I don't tell the fans to talk about what they want to talk about. If they want to talk about Tyga, fucking talk about Tyga. You know, as much as it is annoying when people keep asking and people keep saying, you know, Tyga, come back to music. You know, Tyga's coming back. He's not. And, you know, if you guys want to go see Tyga content, then go to his channel. We post all kinds of shit on there. It's Tyga and Laurel's Bro Time. Go look it up. Next. This channel is a scam, and you people wonder why this channel is shit and ass, because it all is shit and ass. Ordinary World only has a few good songs, being World at War, Nazi Zombies, Shangri-La, Under Your Bed, Unholy, Lost, Game Over. Half of the tracks that are good aren't even from Why Your Medicine M. And if we really want to look at the best Ordinary World album, you have to look at what did the most. So from best, 10 out of 10, to worst, negative 100 out of 10 is Secrets, 10 out of 10, AK-47FU2 Collector's Edition, 10 out of 10, Horror Scene Deluxe, 8 out of 10, AK-47FU2, 8 out of 10, Secrets Deluxe, 5 out of 10, Horror Scene, 4 out of 10. I want to talk about this real fast. Not even his. Alright, not even his, right? So, you're going to tell me that I didn't make World at War, Nazi Zombies. I didn't make Shangri-La. I didn't make Under Your Bed. Punchy got a feature in that because he was fucking co-producing it, and he listened to the beat that I made, and he's like, you know what, maybe we should change this, make it sound like this. And I was like, ooh, I like that. So he got his feature on there. And then Unholy, I made. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks that I made. And then 2, where I didn't make and they were features on the album, Lost by Ryan Beats and Game Over by Jacob Lizowit. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. And then you're going to rank the albums completely fucked up, in my opinion. But at the same time, I'm not gonna get mad at the album picks because that's your opinion. With the tracks, you were basically stating that those weren't mine. 2 aren't mine. 4 are mine. So you got Secrets for number 1. You got AK-47FU2 Collector's Edition for number 2. Which, okay, I agree with that. Horror Scene Deluxe. AK-47FU2, no. Secrets Deluxe, no. Horror Scene, no. Like, what the fuck? You put probably the best albums towards the bottom and the worst at the top. What? Next. Moving on to Horror Scene. Number 1, Horror Scene. No music videos unreleased. Then, a little while later, we got one shitty video. It was a visual, and I'm not going to lie, I like the story behind the album, but the same time, if you're going to have a story-based album, at least I have the music videos have something to do with the story of the album itself, not just some random creepy videos. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that. So the reason why the album didn't get released with music videos is because this wasn't supposed to be your ordinary album. That was the fun part about it. This album, from the get-go, fucking told a story. That's why it's called Horror Scene. And in the details of the album, you can read the story behind this album, what's supposed to be happening. This isn't an album where you're supposed to watch. No, this is an album where you're supposed to listen, because within those beats and within those tracks, they're not just tracks that you listen to like, ooh, scary. There's actually a story happening within those tracks. If you listen to it, you can hear fucking screaming, you can hear footsteps, you can hear the story happen in those tracks. And for the one track that did get a music video, it's supposed to make you feel offsetting. When you watch it, you're supposed to be like, what the fuck? Like, that's something that you want to watch at 3 a.m. to get fucking scared. And it works. It's not supposed to be there for you to watch. That's the fun point of it. It's art. That's what it is. It's art. Listen to it. Fucking see the story in your head, because for what I see, it could be completely different for what you see, and that ruins it. Because in horror, they say what you can't see is more scary than what you can see, because then in your head you get to make up the story. You get to see in your head how you see it and how you think it would be. But if you see a music video for it, it ruins it. Because then everybody sees it. And the thing is it's not that scary that way. Because you can also change that vision with time. You know, one time I could see like a fucking Jason Voorhees looking motherfucker. And then 2 months later, I could sit here and be like, damn, that's like Michael Myers in a completely different situation. Or it can replace Jason with Michael Myers in the same situation. Or keep Jason and put him in a different scenario, you know? Like that's the fun point of the album. And then, for number 2, there's some good tracks on the album. Unholy, Lost, Game Over. And 2 of these aren't even Medicines. There's somebody else's. He had one of his own tracks get up there with 2. That ain't even his. It went from Game Over reaching 200 plus, Unholy 150 plus, to Lost reaching 100 in that order. And the Angel whatever only went 50 to 80 first week, not even days, the first week. I don't know what he was trying to say there. I don't know what to say about that, but so what? I mean, it got love. The album got love. I don't like those are the 3 heaviest tracks on the album. I'm not mad at that. You basically just, yeah. What? It's not like you're calling me. Yeah, that is what happened. What more do you want? And I never said that they were mine. You will never fucking see a video or hear me saying, "Oh yeah, those 2 tracks, they're mine." I even fucking credit them in the description of the tracks itself and in the details of the album. They got their fucking credit. It's not like I fucking took it and was like, "Huh, mine now." Fuck that. And then, coming in to the end of it, you got number 4. AK album, Secrets album, Horror Scene album, Where To Now mixtape, Left 4 Dead album, Left 4 Dead 2 album, Left 4 Dead Volume 1 album or EP, Left 4 Dead Volume 2 album or EP, San Andreas mixtape, GTA 4 mixtape, Wild Wild West mixtape, Scatterbrained album. Now notice that there are names that aren't out yet. That's because, and to prove my point, Med isn't good at this band shit. Is because 8 of those ain't even a thing anymore. 8 fails and 1 win, Scatterbrained being the one lucky one. Med couldn't even pick what he wanted to make, what he wanted to do, where he wanted to take this brand. But how do we know if the album's gonna be good or not? Only time will tell. I also want to bring up, you hear Medicine say the F slur more than once. So I'm gonna go through all of this. Going with the albums. My next album was going to be, the start of the 5th album was going to be Where To Now. I always like to kind of, feel around when I put out my album at first, where I want to take it next. That's where I wanted to take it. It was going to be more slow, it was going to be more chill. And then Where To Now got moved to Your Medicine, and I didn't like it there, it just didn't fit, so I just threw the whole thing away. Same thing with Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2. I tried it out, I was feeling it, but at the same time, it was just like, it wasn't giving me the Left 4 Dead feeling. So then I tried making the second one. But then I was like, well, fuck, I can't make the second one if I don't have the first one. So then I was going to be like, okay, cool, what if I do shorter versions of the album, and I do Left 4 Dead Volume 1 and a Left 4 Dead Volume 2. That also didn't work because it didn't give me the vibe, it didn't give me the feel, it didn't give me the sound. So I'm like, well, why am I going to put out something with this title if it doesn't even feel like the title? Like, if I was going to do that, I would just fucking title it Back 4 Blood, At that point, fuck it, why not? And then I was going to do a GTA 4. I'm going to start off with GTA 4, and I'm going to bring up San Andreas in a minute. But then I was like, well, I can't do GTA 4 if I don't have the other 3 games. So then I was like, okay, cool, let me do GTA San Andreas. But I realized that, making the album cover, I was like, well, I don't want to make GTA San Andreas because in the trilogy, that's the last game. I don't have GTA 3, GTA Vice City, so I can't make GTA San Andreas without those. So I was like, all right, cool, we're going to skip that. We're going to skip the gaming idea. We're just going to go to making a normal album again. So then I was like, okay, cool. Well, what's a cool sound? What's a cool concept? Wild Wild West. Okay, cool. I could do something with that. I was listening to Eminem's Bad Guys Always Die, and, I was, getting a feel. I was like, what, this would make a pretty cool album. And, funny as it is, I was on YouTube Shorts, and the Lego movie popped up where they were in the Wild Wild West. And I was like, do you know what? There we go. Fuck it. There we go. It'd be a little funny name. There you go. The Wild Wild West. We got it. That didn't work. That fell through. And then I was fucked. And I took all my failures one day. And I was like, damn, man. I'm fucking lost. Like, the fucking trials and tribulations of this shit got me fucking scatterbrained, you know? And then I paused for a second. I was like, huh, scatterbrained. So, I made the album cover for Scatterbrain. I knew how I wanted it to sound. I already knew that I had a track that was already on the verge of what I wanted it to sound. So I had the track called Scatterbrain, and then I had another track called Trials and Tribulations. And I was like, damn, okay, cool. Let's do this. Let's continue on with this. And Scatterbrain is basically just, you know, moving on, you know. It's paying homage to all my failed albums. So technically, all my failed albums come into one album called Scatterbrain, because, I mean, I was Scatterbrain, you know. I had all these albums, and I was like, fuck, man, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I want this shit to sound. And I found my sound. But in the mix of it, I was fucking scatterbrained as shit. And, you know, I don't want to get too much into it because, you know, the album isn't out yet. The track list isn't even out. The album cover's out, but the track list isn't out. So little tease right there. Scatterbrained and Trials and Tribulations is tracks on the album. And then going into, you know, where he says, you know, I'm not good at the band shit. I never claimed once to be good at the band shit. You know, when I go into a project, I try to make it like if I was making it for Ordinary World and not Your Medicine. You know, I don't want my Your Medicine touch to rub off on Ordinary World, because then you're gonna listen to Ordinary World and be like, oh damn, this shit sounds like it's a Your Medicine album. Why not just have it on Your Medicine? And Ordinary World has its own sound, and I don't want people to, you know, listen to the tune and be like, yeah, that sounds alike. Because if I'm just going to have all my music sound alike, then fucking I'm just going to post it on Your Medicine. If it's all going to sound alike and I'm not going to try, then shit, no. You know, I've been doing this Ordinary World shit since, well, I'm not going to count 21. I'm not going to count the AK album, because that was originally going to be on Your Medicine. You know, it was going to stand out. But what I really started was 22. So 22 and 23. I've really been doing this shit for 2 years. I've done Your Medicine since 2019. I know the sound, I know the vibe, and you know, I've worked hard with it, you know, and I've had features, and you know, I've done live shows. You know, I know where I want to take that. And it took me also till 21 to figure out where I want to take Your Medicine. So 21, 22, 23, I had 3 years finally figured out what I want Your Medicine to sound like. But I also had those extra years to, you know, change around with the sound. Because my old shit sounds nothing like my new shit. And I think that's the beauty of it. And I think that's the beauty with every artist, is that there is their old shit and their new shit. You know, people are either going to fuck with the old shit, they're going to fuck with the new shit, or they're going to fuck with all of it. And my new shit is definitely better than my old shit. Which I love. I'm okay with that. I don't like my old shit. Shit, sometimes I still think, well, maybe I should go back and, you know, take down the EPs, you know, and just have it be from Fly Away till Hourglass. You know, still keep the singles, but just take off the album, take off the EPs. And with Ordinary World, working with multiple people, every album's gonna sound different. Like I know the sound, but it's gonna sound different, which might not make sense to the normal person standing at home. Like, well, how is it gonna be the same sound but sound different? I don't know how to explain that. You know, if you know, you know, when it comes to making music. Like, fuck it, look at Hollywood Undead. They have their sound, but each album sounds different. Nothing is the same as the last. And that's what Ordinary World does best. And even look at Billie Eilish. Her fucking EP to her album, and from her album to her second album. It still sounds the same, but it doesn't sound the same. It's still her. It's still her style, just differently, done differently. And each album is going to be like that on Ordinary World. Call of Duty album, Everything We Can Offer album, horror album, and then this album, which I think finally found its sound. I think Ordinary World finally found its sound with this album. And not to say we haven't before, because we've made 3 albums that are eerie, but at the same time, one's a Call of Duty album, one's an Everything You Can Offer album, and then one is an actual eerie album. It's supposed to be a scary album. AK and Secrets are not supposed to be eerie or scary. It's the start of it, yeah, but it wasn't intended that way. It wasn't made that way. And then going on to, I also want to bring up, you can hear Med say the F slur more than once. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. It's not a nice word to say. Everybody knows that, but at the same time, like I say, it's just a word. To me and to everybody else that uses it, we're not calling out gay people. We're not, to me and to many others, calling somebody a fag, it's like, oh man, you fag. It's like calling something gay. A lot of people get pissed when people call something gay. Like, shit. Like you just dropped something. That's pretty gay. Or like you see a billboard of fucking shitty ass coffee and you're like, yeah, it's gay. It's not to hurt gay people. It's not supposed to hurt lesbians. It's not supposed to hurt anybody. And fag, I look at fag as, another word for bitch. You're just calling somebody a bitch, because me and my old friends, in school, we used to call each other fags. Fag boy, faggot, fagtress. I was surprised when I heard fagtress the first time, and I'm probably going to start using that too. It's just something that is, it's just another word for bitch. Not everybody likes it, but at the same time, not everybody likes everything. And I don't want people to tell me what I can say, what I can't say, and what I can do, what I can't do. Don't get me wrong, I don't care if you're fucking gay, I don't care if you're lesbians, I don't care if you're trans. I don't give a fuck what your pronouns are. Alright, that's cool. You do your thing, alright? I don't have a problem with you. If you'll be cool with me, I'll be cool with you. That's how I am with everybody. It's nothing personal. It's not an attack on your character. It's just a word. And, you can choose to either have it hurt you, or you can choose to be like, damn, I don't fucking care. Because it's hard to not fucking care. It is, but it isn't. I'm not saying, if somebody just says faggot or fag and you hear it, don't get pissed. Don't get pissed at the dude and be like, excuse me. But if somebody calls you a fag or faggot to actually be mean, and, you're with a community, and we all know what community I'm talking about, then okay, yeah, fine. That's all right, fine, cool. Get mad at that. But at the same time, you don't have to get mad at that, because it's not going to change. It's not going to change their opinion. It's not going to stop them from saying it. I've been attacked by a fucking LGBTQ community before, a while ago. And do you know what? I'm cool now. I'm fucking chill with them. And, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. You know what? I always look at it too. So, This is also how I look at the F word. The F slur. How I look at faggot is how I look at the N word. It's not a nice word. Nobody should really say it. And it just is what it is. Same goes for faggot. It's not a nice word. Nobody should say it, but people say it, and it is what it is. So just leave it at it is what it is. Don't let it hold so much meaning over you, man. Don't let shit hang over your head like that, you know. It shouldn't affect you the way you let it affect you. You know, I've been called probably every fucking name in the book. It doesn't fuck with me, you know. And it can't affect you too. And shit, I have gay friends. I have trans friends, and that's because I don't give a fuck what you are. I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you're white or black, fucking Mexican, if you're fucking Asian. I don't give a fuck if you're trans or if you're a they, he, him, she, whatever the fuck. You know, I don't care. As long as you're cool with me, I'll be cool with you. I really don't. I really don't have a problem. But if you talk shit, I don't give a fuck what you are, who you are, what you stand for, what you don't stand for. I'm going to talk my shit, and you're fucking stuck on stupid if you think I'm gonna stop just because you said so. The only way I'll stop is if you stop, or we can come to a neutral ground and we can be like, you know what, okay, cool, we were both wrong, we were both fucked up. I'll stop talking my shit. If you take down your shit, I'll take down my shit, or I'll take down my shit and you take down your shit. You know, that's it. That it just is what it is. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day, out of your evening, out of your night to listen to me call out whoever the fuck called me out. I want to call them out. Whoever called me out, they know me. I'm around. They're around. You made a new channel just to upload a shit video. And then get fucking scared, delete the video. And then you make a text about it. And then you get scared yet again. And then you delete that. Wasn't quick enough though. And then you just delete the channel in total. What kind of fucking pussy goes to call me out but has to make a fake channel? If you were going to delete it, you should have just posted it on your channel or fucking said it to me. Or not just do it at all. Because you were going to fucking delete it. Don't sit here and think you know what you're fucking talking about when you fucking don't. And you're not behind the scenes. I could have fucking taken this so many ways. I could have talked so much shit, but I don't want to. I genuinely don't want to, and I don't want to talk shit, and I don't want to continue this drama. I just wanted to bring it up for people that saw it and for people that's going to hear about it. I will say that I appreciate you taking it down, and I appreciate you taking the text down, but the damage is done, you know. And I don't want drama this year. I don't. It's not starting off too good for Ordinary World, but please, no drama, guys.